if you're criticizing Mr. Trump for his immigration policies, this and many other cases vindicate his actions. You know, just imagine for a moment. All right, quick update on Jashanpreet Singh. Jashanpreet Singh. He has been formally charged, as far as I know, gross vehicular manslaughter. He is being held without bail due to the flight risk, and 2 more victims have been identified. It was a high school gym teacher from Pomona and his wife, and it's also been confirmed he was in the country illegally. He was in 2022, and he was allowed to stay in the country by the Biden administration. So say he's in the country illegally, undocumented. I'm assuming that means he filed for asylum and he's awaiting for his, case to be decided. And also somehow he got a CDL, which he was not entitled to have. Now, I don't know how that works. Not enough details out about that. That's still under investigation, and toxicology has come back. He was under the influence of a substance, but we don't know what that substance is. So this is probably going to be the last podcast I do on this guy. I looked into what he's likely to get out of this, and ironically, from what I'm reading, California's laws are more harsh than Florida's laws, which is just ironic because Florida's conservative and California, obviously is far left. But they take these, it looks more serious, like they're more likely to run his sentences consecutively, not concurrently. Florida has a habit of running them concurrently, that is, beside each other, not consecutively, one after the other. That was the big fear in that other fella's, Jashanpreet Singh's case, is he going to have to serve 45 years for each person or 15 years for each person he killed, a total of 45 years, right? Well, in Florida, there's a good chance that guy's going to serve those concurrently. California, I was looking at some of their legal precedents, and they are far more likely to give him his sentences consecutively than Florida. So this guy could be going away for quite a long time, like 30 years, 40 years. He might be finished. And there's also an ICE detainer on him. So even when he does get out, he's not getting out into the country. He's going to be shipped back to India at some point in the future. Like I said, there's so many cases of fraud. I did all those videos on license fraud. If you haven't checked those out, go check them out. CDLs being given out, people paying for CDLs. Like, there's so much fraud going on right now that I hate to, like, I'm Canadian, so I'm not trying to bash the United States, but there's so much that goes on there. So many cases. I've done podcasts about them. I get sick of talking about them. It almost resembles India, right? India, I think what they say, like 30% of their licenses are fake, and there's money to be made in it. And so there are DMVs that have been caught selling licenses. There are trucking schools that have been caught bribing DMV workers. And it's not just one, it's not two, it's all over the place. So somehow in that process, this guy got a CDL, which he then used to go out on the freeway and kill 3 people. So that's why corruption matters, right? And again, if you're criticizing Mr. Trump for his immigration policies, this and many other cases vindicate his actions. Just imagine for a moment. Just imagine for a moment you just got done attending a nice protest, right? You're protesting that they're taking illegal immigrants and throwing them out of the country. Or you're protesting that the English proficiency laws are being enforced now. You're protesting that, potentially 200,000 drivers, or however many, whatever the number is, drivers are going to lose their licenses now. And then on your way home from the protest, you get smashed by one of these drivers that has absolutely no respect for the rules. Now, I've looked into a lot of these cases, and it's not just Punjabs, okay? Like, there's people of all races participating in the CDL frauds that I've seen. Again, I've done videos on it. You can go check them out. People of all races are doing this, but there is a certain strand within the Sikh community Punjabi community has absolutely no regard for the rules, right? I've done podcasts on Canadian companies. They abuse their own people even, right? They will send them down to the United States. They'll have them run over their hours, running double shifts, and they will even have them run state to state, interstate, breaking cabotage laws. They don't care, right? They sell in Canada here. We have the labor market impact assessment that has to be filled out. It's a document that has to be acquired before you can bring on a foreign driver. And I've documented, as many others have, how these Punjabi trucking companies sell these documents for tens of thousands of dollars, exploiting their own people. And when they come over to Canada, their work permit is tied to that specific company. So if they get fired from that company, they're off to India. They're back to India. So all that money they spent on that LMIA, labor market impact assessment, it's all wasted. So their employers do what crooked employers do. They exploit them. It's almost servitude, right? So there is no, there is no united Punjabi brotherhood. There is no united East Indian brotherhood. They exploit each other all the time. And in this case, here you have a guy that didn't even, the company that he worked for, whoever owns that truck, they're going to be in a lot of trouble too, I'm sure. They're going to have to answer. Just like in the Jashanpreet Singh case, White Hot Carriers had to answer for it. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. But like I said, this is going to be my last podcast on it because I think I know how this is going to end. Anyways, till next time, cheers. Keep the rubber side down. Oh, by the way, if you like the content that you're seeing, then do me a favor, like and subscribe. I always appreciate people who subscribe, and not every episode is going to be a banger or of interest to you. I like to nerd out on topics and talk about them sometimes. Sometimes I like to just tell stories from being on the road. Sometimes I like to talk about logistics or dispatching or just whatever topic I'm thinking of. AI. Anyway, till next time, cheers. Keep your rubber side down.